players rotate, but he's starting to take storm damage. He's got to start moving.
This could be how they rise back up the ranks. We mentioned how they needed to come back, and there it is. I mean, they've got double the amount of limbs a second. Nick is just firing on down. Every other limb they get from here is big bonus. Every limb is another point. They know this. They know how key this is right now.
Jack, 50 players left at this point. Yeah, a little bit of a heart attack there, I think, for everybody. Nick drops down just a little bit.
This man doesn't stop. They're not even together anymore.
Push. He doesn't even care. Aiden see what they've been doing this entire time, but it might cost him.
We've seen this before, though.
Happened in a previous match. A little bit too aggressive. Yes. Aiden's gonna, at this point, most likely slow down just a second. Catch his breath. You have to realize he's got to push when his teammate is available. Now's the time to take advantage of this.
Nick,
they both know that.
He's right on the edge of the zone. He's got to move on in. There you go. Still doing it.
It's all materials. Aiden needs material backup from Nick. Nick's sitting on quite a bit here, so material share is going to be.
He's also got shields for him, but this is the downside of them being so split, you know? Aiden's just got to get. Aiden needs to get lost for a second here in all these builds, and he couldn't be further from the next zone. That's another big worry now, too.
These hand grenades might come in key. He's just going to huck some grenades as high as he can. I think he's trying to drop them in on a structure from above, and he's doing so actually really well against the knock-on. Cool. The heavy snipe swaps. Here it comes. He's going for another bear as he pushes in. Gets the Elim on Ghoul. There's one left from that duo. Still alive. 65, and there was a rip just in front of him. He's going to go in for it. Can he make it in time? No! He can't. He's got to rotate with the Storm Jack, and he's got to stay ahead of it. He's got tons of players in front of him. He might actually get this one as well.
No! He gets shot in the back. Nick is still in this, though. Nick can fire from above. He's got tags on one. He's got eyes on another, but Nick's got to move. He still has a ton of materials and shield. Nick now, though, he's in the fray with everybody else and no longer can just aim down on others. He's getting tagged by this zone down to 33 HP, down to 25 HP, down to 17 HP, down to 9 HP.
And that's 9 eliminations total for this duo, though, Jack.
Brilliant game from them.
The crowd going absolutely wild for the show those two just put on. 30 remaining, 8 seconds until this circle closes, and Nolan is missing his teammate, taking shots there as he catches players trying to rotate. This next one's going to be punishing. 50 seconds, and it's already moving. The far south. Everybody's going to have to relocate, and you're going to want to pay attention to your feet quite a bit. Tendons didn't stick a landing in the middle of that, and this spread, top to bottom, we have a pair all the way at the top. But Carlos and the Generals, they're starting to drop down, and they may have just caught the team from Hero off guard. No, General actually got knocked by a fall, 29 meters. He missed deploying the glider on the way in. Bog looking for an Elim here on the outside. Maybe a player very low. Looks for the Elim. 34 shield tag. He gets shot from the back as he's trying to rotate in. His teammate Raz might not be able to save him. The circle is still rotating. A player directly above him. A heal. This seemingly in the open. How is this man not getting spotted?
He's just got to go for it. He's just got to go for it at this point. As Raz is just sneaking on up. So little health.
Might actually be someone inside the box. Was immediate right back there. 39 HP. He's got an opportunity here just to heal up. Cloaksy's still in this thing. Looks like Tifu may have been eliminated earlier.
But Cloaksy's got 4 limbs.
And as
I think that's the 5th.
That's 5th.
Cloaksy now at 5 limbs.
Cloaksy has been putting out a show already.
I'm telling you, he's the MVP. He is the MVP so far today, absolutely. Oh, and an awkward fight. Didn't land the trap. He's getting ripped up from everywhere, though. He's the target of multiple players at the moment. He's just going to reset with the glider.
He's down the storm just barely, landing right next to this tree, kind of hiding himself in the structure. Blood and Raz both looking for a med kit. A shot through, and Raz goes down. Only a handful of players left alive here. 11. Geber solo has 2 med kits, a mini, 2 campfires, which means this heal off might be his if nobody else sees him. Marksman checks out early. Nolan only bandages. We've got rockets coming. Base soldier secures an elimination on the Mentos. KaiZeN gets knocked by a rocket.
Was that Geber who had all that healing?
It is indeed.
Because he just got eliminated.
He just got eliminated. Cloaks, he's still alive. The shot, he shot up close. Are you kidding me? Base soldier with a rocket. 5 players left. 6 Elims there on Cloak as Sean's still alive from Ghost. Going for a play against...
2 versus 1.
Absolutely annihilated on the way up.
Here's the end of the game. They're dropping 40 falls. He falls down, and they don't know where the final player is.
He must be sitting out in the storm healing. There it is.
My gosh! Yeah! Ronan wins it!
Just barely staying alive, hugging the center of that circle. The team from Hero brings home a victory royale.
And that's the downside. There's that. It's a double-edged sword. If you stick in the zone and try to out-heal it, and the other player is moving with the moving zone,
there's just so much damage you take there, and you can't stay ahead of it.
That's the difference. He had enough time to keep moving with the zone. He did his job, and there you go, Ronan with the victory.
Raz and Barkhold took home 6 elims that game. Cloak with 6 to his own name.
But 5 teams had 5 or more elims that game.
But I think the elimination story in that one, Nick Merckx and Aiden, but these gentlemen from Hero taking home the victory royale.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see how this all plays out.
Well, this bus path looking like it's cutting the island basically in half. Southeast to northwest, from Paradise Palms to Junk Junction. We've got a solid spread of players. You can see there, don't forget those little icons, the llamas. There's one in retail, one just southeast of Salty Springs, and one just south of the little soccer field, the sports complex there, west of Tilted Towers. I look forward to maybe match number 6, the duo, the 2v2 of Godnick and Super Evan versus Nick Merckx and Aiden. We got Bizzle and DMO dropping down into Dusty Divot, including a team, Tendons and Punisher. Tendons and Punisher have gone to the warehouses at Dusty all 6 games.
Yep.
You have to realize some of these players, I mean, Tfue and Cloak, again, looking at the mini-map all the way down there. I've grown accustomed to seeing those red arrows down there, Jack, every single game. And still, surprisingly to me, no one trying to challenge that.
At some point, they've got to just send 10 people there.
I mean, realistically, how about this? If we ever end up playing in these, I'm going there. I want you to know that right now.
Yeah.
Solo.
I'll see you there.
If I have to. You won't follow me because you don't want to run into Cloak or Tfue either.
Nope, not at all. As already, Nick Merckx getting this extra
quite
bit of materials. And I believe, is this the new skin that literally just came out with the randomized skins? This is new, right? I think this is it.
Didn't this come out? I think that came out with the Earhart skin as well.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Do you even play Fortnite, Jack? I'm kidding.
Oh, my bad. I've been a bad skin buyer in the shop.
You'll make up for it, I promise. Don't worry. Aiden and Nick rotating across that north side there. Super Evan trying to get a top-down view, probably calling out to Godnick right now that they're in the open exposed, but Nick's got that grappler, so elevation might change. Shots from the top of that tower. Here we go, Nate Hill and Fung Bomb. It's a duo we're expecting this to see put up some big numbers.
My goodness.
17 eliminations from these two. Look at the materials, 15,000. And almost 10,000 wood acquired between the two of them. 700 more damage dealt than they've received, which I think that explains clearly why they've been picking up so many elims.
Yeah, why they're near those top spots.
Snotty Shores.
Popping that mini. Moving back over to Nick. He's just chilling right now. For the moment, doesn't have a lot of materials, but they're all in the same building. Godnick and Super Evan. I'll give them props, man. They have not backed down from any of these fights. Can Nick Merckx and Aiden continue this momentum they earned from last game with the 5 elim with the 9 elims they put up, sorry, the 5-point game they had.
Those two just dropped down. You saw Super Evan and Godnick falling down the middle of that stairwell is how they got to the bottom so quickly. It wouldn't surprise me if Aiden maybe potentially looking for a peek and angle from up top.
But them running away and trying to just get back from these fights, I think Aiden and Nick are thinking maybe these guys don't have as much shields as they'd like to have. Maybe they're not as confident in their ability to fight right now, and I think that's why they're trailing this so hard.
Almost surprised. I'm kind of surprised Aiden hasn't hooked Nick up with that 50, even though it would only give him 25 shield, just topping him off. And this 2v2 has happened so many times. Double Eye over peak. A 2v2 of their own in shifty shafts. The shot from underneath, and Dope Eye loses all the shields, but Villex goes down. The duo, Villex and Giganza, eliminated in the final game here. Dope Eye missing all the shield. Overpeak still sitting at 75. Saint Morgassi, the tack shotgun, takes the team of Atlantis out. Paradise Palms, a pair of eliminations for this duo as well.
We've had a couple more limbs off the break right now. Players having to realize, hey, we need to put up some big numbers in this one if we want to climb back in, and that starts with getting these eliminations, moving towards the big bonus. Nick Merckx and Aiden. Now Godnick has made his way to the top of Big Red. I think Aiden right now might be pulling back and trying to give Nick the big shield, and well, as I say that, he gets ripped on up too.
Si tu veux, gros, si tu t'abonnes à ma chaîne et que tu likes la vidéo, je m'abonne à ta chaîne et je like ta dernière vidéo.
That was a quick little thing about the turn, but back to the Nick Merckx and Aiden fight inside Tilted Towers.
Tu me dis que tu t'es abonné et dès que t'as liké ton jeu compteur. Et je ferai pareil pour toi.
If they need to get out, I wouldn't be surprised they both double back to that.
C'est tout ce que je peux te dire de plus.
Now look, for just a moment in the distance from the sports complex, Zexro's name popped up.
Yep.
They might be getting ready to rotate east directly into Tilted.
It's worked for him in the other games. You know, why wouldn't they? Wow. DK just ripped Dean in half with that AR.
Le live qui bug, enfin le live de E. Je sais pas pourquoi il y avait le rien qui tourne. Que se passe-t-il?
Spray. Try with that SMG spray.
A window edit, quick window edit. DJ trying to find the other half of that duo.
Pourquoi leur live? Son live il bug.
They're switching the ramp very quickly, trying to match height, gets an angle from underneath, but a third party taking shots from the southeast. He's gonna have to double back down and pop a couple of those minis. DK's got to be in a position right now to assist his teammate. Aiden very low on HP.
Look at Nick's materials, legitimately zero.
Full zeros. Half mats.
Half mats. Needed now more than ever. Both teams traded damage, and there's that third party we talk about.
Guarantee
Nick Merckx gets tagged.
It's got to be Zexro and Vinny coming in from that side.
And Nick's now knocked.
There it is.
They do the same thing every time. Nick's fall skirmish run is over with that elimination. It's going to be up to Aiden to try to make some magic happen.
We saw him actually, if you recall, I think during the fall skirmish in a solo week, maybe it was summer skirmish, Aiden literally jumped around in the open, taking shots at people, rotating out of Tilted, and picked up so many eliminations. I would not put it past him to be able to clutch this up for that duo.
Here's Dean, who was able to disengage from earlier on. He did get rezzed by his teammate Lyle. They're just going to run because the zone is there, and wow, with 1:40 on the zone and it's already hit them, I feel like they've got to run a far, far distance. And I just looked at my map that I have here, and yeah, they have to go halfway across the map. These guys are all in a rough spot right here. Here's Aiden. He's used one slurp, looks like he's found another. Only 184 wood in his inventory. Keep breaking down for more. Here's a replay from Bala. Dropping on down to one. Quick swaps to those epic dual pistols. A nice shot on the sketch. Did he find the second? Oh my goodness. Beautifully done. Winning that 1v2 with only 25 health.
Look at Tifu in retail. Must have rotated. At this point, I'm assuming they land down in the southeast corner, loot up like crazy, and then make moves towards, oh my gosh. They go for a rip to get here. 25 eliminations. Look at the material. Almost 20,000 materials used, Jack. I think that's more material than I've ever used in Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
these are cumulative stats over the course of, I believe, the entire fall. Sorry, just the grand finals.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But either way, Tifu and Cloaksy down low. They've got players on it. That's the new one. That's the new. Completely random. So just so happened that Tifu in this final game.
L'île du 57, je ne peux pas trade, il n'y a personne sur le live. Mais si tu veux, dès que tu es abonné à ma chaîne et dès que tu as liké la vidéo, je peux m'abonner à ta chaîne et
now you've got Cloaksy bouncing around.
Start rebuilding those walls. Aiden on the outside here gets caught off guard by Vinny, that team that loves to third party at Tilted.
That's all they do, and it's smart.
We got a round of applause here, though, for Nick Merckx and Aiden. An excellent show from these two. They should feel really good about the performance today, Jack.
Yeah, I'm wondering where they wind up ending up on the list, right?
So we'll have to see after this game. Now, Vinny and Zexro, they still have to make just a tiny bit of headway, though. Vinny's going to sneak in. They're both sitting on a ton of shield. Still plenty of HP. Tifu and Cloak looking like absolute tanks in the middle of the building there. Base holder, Marksman. Marksman missing a little bit of shield, but base holder 100 as well. They're going to start knocking floors out. Pick up as many materials as they can. 72 hours, by the way, right now, with the most eliminations in the game. You might have seen his name popping up in the feed. He's sitting on 3 of his own.
You gotta think if Chap might have some.
You have to imagine if Chap's sitting on even a pair of his own, that's 5 right there. 2 points.
Really wanted to damage that floor.
Very angry at the floor. And TV's failing. Swag Noodle saw his teammate down there trying to establish a 1v2. Ghoul, every shot he can get. Sap comes in to help Ghoul out. This duo knocking 2 more elims out. TJ going down to the Storm in the feed there. 74 players remaining. The match almost 10 minutes through. Saf and Ghoul gonna lick their wounds in the building there, but the med kits between the 2 of them will make that easy. Gabbard and Left Eye flying in those ramps. Just quick ramps up, single ramps, no reinforcement, just because all they need to do is fly for a little bit of time. It's like Left Eye's playing a platformer there, jumping into the
max stack grapplers. So darn good to have 3, or basically 4, 5, 3 in materials. As they just hang out for the moment.
I think an interesting stat to note here, the furthest distance elimination, Jack, was more Gossi thus far, only 27 meters away. All of these fights have played out very close
range. Very, very close range.
I think to me that states that a majority of the players that have been eliminated, by the way, a ton of materials in Zeus inventory.
Yep.
Majority of the players eliminated have been from people dropping at the same POIs or just barely rotating in. Nothing has really been on rotation or a third-party situation just yet. Frost getting a shotgun there. DK's looking to pick up some tags over there on Devious, the 2v1. SMG spray gets Devious down from TJ, and he's going to pop those bandages to stay alive in the storm. They still have quite a ways to travel.
Tempo and Jeo.
Another duo from FaZe. We've seen these guys put up excellent performances in the past.
They've got Wilds and J-Truth above them, Cease and Elevate right next door as well. How will they play this? It looks like they're just trying to hide, pickaxes out, just chilling on the low ground as Wilds and J-Truth are feeling real confident with all their health.
We saw on our screen for just a second, Jack. We made reference to 72 hours in Chap. Chap actually has already been eliminated with 0 elims.
Wow.
So only 3 elims for that duo, but that's still a point. Could make or break a placement for them.
Oh, absolutely. Points at this stage of the game. 1 placement, 1 point in that top 10 if they wind up making it in there are the difference in thousands and thousands of dollars. It's Tempo and Jamok just staying low. Again, they are in the zone. Vinny and Zexro, we talked so much about how aggressive they are. They were the ones that did eliminate Aiden and Nick Merckx in this game. It looks like they want to fight for more against Marksman and Base Soldier. Every time we've shown Marksman, it's funny, he goes to call out something on the map and ping it. It's like, we always catch him like mid-strategy call out.
Curious if they're going to go for a couple shots on them. They're floating away. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see here. He's trying to look for a peek. And here we go.
Make it rain bonus time.
The final make it rain bonus of the fall skirmish here. You hear that siren going off. Gives them 5.5 minutes for $10,000, the most eliminations during this time period.
Yeah, if no one claims this, it actually rolls over to the big bonus, the extra bonus there is for eliminations for the entire tournament. So that prize, I believe, would go from $50,000 to $60,000 if no one claims this make it rain. See what he gets in the crate. Anything good?
Anything good, Jack. It looks like a whole lot of good. He slides down. Vinny maybe missing the placement on the floor there. Angle catch him off guard. No big deal.
You got to think he'd drop one of these slurps for... Oh, wait, they already have. He already has
one of those slurps for another slurp, Jack. I'm not sure what to do at this point.
Nope, Zexro's just going to go pick it up, yep, and use it.
A lot of players there. Still a team. The warehouse at Dusty Divot all the way up in the north. Northeast has a team. You have a pair rotating from the east side, a few in the southeast corner. So there's a handful of teams still outside the zone. It looks like that north side push is going to be the most difficult around Dusty and further. 24 seconds until those teams have to start moving. And Vinny and Zexron have kind of a top-down view on everybody. At this point, maybe ramping up and just floating their way in. Oh my gosh, what am I looking at? The ramp size there. He looked at it for just a second. Jack, do you see that thing? Look at that thing. No one shot that down while they were building up.
Apparently not. And there it goes now, but...
You gotta imagine, if someone built that ramp that high, I'm gonna be
They just glided to the south of the map.
And there's no way that they're still up there. So potentially shooting that ramp down was almost a waste of ammunition.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't
Every
have much,
single round kind of counts. C's getting the knock on J-Truth, SMG, Zoo from Products hanging out here. Elevate finishing that Elam. Seeing the feed. Tempo Jamak we saw moments ago. That push, as I mentioned, from Dusty Divot south is going to be one of the most difficult ones. So many teams built up in the same area using these trees as a line of sight.
Try to break on through. Again, this is where these games get insanely hectic. 70 players left in the lobby. Tempo goes down. DK trying to finish this elimination, and he does actually get it. Will he grab the grappler? You got to assume so. And boom, just like that, DK and TJ are right now at the top of the Make It Rain bonus. But there's still a lot of time left for teams to begin to make some noise.
There's a rip to go down there.
Nope, they missed it.
They just barely missed it. Did they grab the grappler or not? I couldn't quite catch it. The shotty there.
I don't believe so.
TJ's going to try and secure his friend. He might not be able to do it, though. Wild's in the mix with everybody else, pushing from outside the storm and gets TJ in the back as he's rotating in. Very little HP left, but the storm's only ticking for 2, and he only has a little bit of a ways to go. Gonna have to pop that just barely to save himself. No fall damage taken. Still only 28 HP. Has a full shield in his inventory. You hear rockets coming out. Zexro shotgunning Marksman in the feed and picks that elimination up. Wild's hoping that nobody tracked him into this box, Jack. He's got to get that shield off if he wants to stay in it. Fung bomb in the feed, picking up a knock on Dementos. Pate is still alive. Gets the elimination. Finishes it off. That's 2 teams with 2 eliminations apiece in this Make It Rain bonus with only 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Bizzle and DMO have a top-down view on who is below them, but they can't really third-party because you have multiple teams over there at the west side from where they are, the top right of your screen. They're going to take shots as soon as they peak. Every elimination right now it feels like it's even more important than the last, and you cannot expose yourself for too long. You have to make the decision as to whether or not going for an elimination and maybe pushing for a big bonus, those extra points, is the right play call, and Bizzle and DMO are just waiting, biding their time for a rotation.
They're just hanging out at the moment. What do Dean and his teammate wind up doing down low? You see Wild still there. They're trying to chase down that elimination. Bizzle and DMO, they hear it. They just haven't been able to act on it quite yet. Now here's a look at Salty. Cloaksy and Tifu still alive, still with max health each.
Multiple teams from Ghost stacked up in the same structure right now. Ghoul and Saf. Some teammates down below. Opponents right now, though. Shot, seeing if there's anybody in the box. He pays the price for peeking just barely, takes a little bit of damage. Vinny and Zexro sitting on some of these cubes. They're going to use these in an effort to just float past anybody they can. You can't see me in the air because you're looking at everybody else.
See, now, I would almost love to see them use the same tactic as before, where you float on up as high as you can. Now they're going to land and just pop in the middle, and still they made it, absolutely. But
the play call there, probably just trying to get into the safe zone. Yep. Shots going to come out, kind of exposing the open. A very small box that Sting Grenade's gonna cost him just a little bit. To drop down the shotgun, and the second shot from that double barrel missed, but it doesn't matter to Cloak. He gets the elim,
and he got knocked by a trap. So that player, because they got knocked, they'll be able to they should be able to get this res off, and they've got some utility to get out of here as well.
Nobody's gonna make a push on that just yet. You saw Bog relocating. Dean was still knocking down a tree, trying to build up his own small 1x1 box. Anything to stay alive. The sharing of the shield there. Here we go. Ziff, Ronaldo pushing in on top of a box with an opponent underneath them.
And Ziff and Ronaldo already at 5 elims this game. Vinny and Zexro just joined as well at 5 elims now. Well, that's a beautiful...
Multiple tags in that box.
Beautiful stink. Was that on to Tifu and Cloak?
I believe it was.
Yeah. He's nearby this next zone too. Will not have to go too far.
Tifu and Cloak not missing a ton of HP at this point. Yeah, based on the position on the minimap, that had to be them that just got stink bombed.
He wants these materials so bad, and the items down there. There's a look at your scoreboard so far. They'll Funk Bomb at 3, so they'll get a point as well. Tifu and Cloaksy at 2 in total. Blind and Hysteria, who are doing very well in the first half of today. Haven't heard much of them since, but they're on the verge of potentially earning a point too. You
see in the bottom right, Tifu just took a little bit of damage. Another stink grenade coming out. Those stink bombs are so powerful in these competitive matches because so many players are in 1 or 2 or 3 box bases, and that's it. Zoning with those is incredibly good. Vinny and Zexro, we've had our eyes on multiple times. They took out Nick Merckx and Aiden.
They're already at the zone, so they're in a good position. Ziff just got another elimination, putting them now at 6, so they're on the verge of big bonus as well. Zexro and Vinny trading some of this ammo. They have a Portal Rift to go.
Now, this might be the lowest player count we've seen at the first circle move. 40 players remaining. Typically, I mean, previous games we've seen 60 plus.
Oh, Jayamok now done too. Hysteria with another knock. If they can finish that elimination, that'll put them at 3. Should give them a point. Morgassi and Saint still in this as well at 2 total eliminations. And yes, Hysteria and Crew confirm that elim, putting them now at 3. Will they get into the big bonus is the question for Ronaldo and Zip right now. Remember, this is the final game of the Fortnite Fall Skirmish. Weeks and weeks have led up to this. Just shy of $2 million in prize money on the line this weekend.
Campfire there, trying to go for as much HP just in case during rotation someone decides to invade, catch them off guard. And here's the spread of the remaining players in this zone. A crate waiting atop Bizzle and DMO, and they may not even know it exists. Duifo and Snood moving across, trying to pick that up, and they go for it and get it inside the box. Blind Hysteria still alive at the bottom. Tifu and Cloak at the top left of your screen still alive. Tendons and Punisher still alive. The number of teams we've seen from the beginning of these games almost every single time, and the distance on this one, Jack, is going to be tough. They got to move to the southwest corner of Salty Springs.
They're getting there right now. Blind and Hysteria are definitely getting there. What I do really like is how they're using these materials right now. One was just nearby, tried to go for the quick edit on the window to potentially secure another elimination, but look at how Blind is maneuvering. He's not panicking and overbuilding, right? He's making the most of every mat he has, not actually going for that pump shotgun.
Choosing the common tack.
Wow.
Caliber and Nolan floating in. He still has what looks like potentially another rift to go. We'll have to see depending on what's in his inventory when he lands. Saf takes out Raz.
Funk Bomb with another knock. They're now at 5, but Nate Hill is knocked, and Funk Bomb's taking a lot of damage from the zone.
Ronaldo and Ziff still sitting at 6 eliminations. One more will get him a 3rd point, and every elim after that is the big bonus, which means a potential for a ton of points for that duo. Funk Bomb hanging on there. Vinny's going to take shots from behind as these players rotate, but he's going to start to take storm damage. He's got to start moving.
They're gatekeeping right now. These stinks could be huge as well. People have to run right through this. A big 70 tag. No follow-up yet. Vinny does get tagged hard. Zexro still very healthy with a rift to go as well.
Over 1,000 small rounds. Are you seeing that? Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness.
SMG spray for days. Zexro.
Zap and Gould has moved to 6 elims. Ronaldo and Ziff at 6 elims. Vinny and Zexro at 6 elims. Who will move in a big bonus first, if any?
The play style change, Jack, I feel is apparent. Multiple teams at 6 eliminations.
Yep. Oh my gosh, look at the elim feed. Saf and Gould just jumped to 9 elims. Is that a 10th? 10 elims now for Saf and Gould. Oh my goodness, that just came in on left field.
So fast. Cloak still in the feed.
It's a 6-point game for them.
Cloaks, he's still around, has 3 to his name right now. 12 players remaining, Jack.
Ronaldo and Zip, they have not moved into big bonus yet. Rocket goes up. They're going to fall on down.
The only rocket he had left. You can hear him land on top and start to build. The layering up, 9 players left as the circle is almost closing. Cloak and Tifu are out.
Yep. Great performance from them today. We'll find out where they stack up when we reveal the winners and standings after this.
Zexro sitting at 2 eliminations. His teammate is 5. Vinny has 5, which means they're at 7. Every single elimination for Zexro at this point.
Oh no, Saint just fell.
Saint falls.
Nice knock. Zexro floating on down. He's just hoping people almost forget about him up here.
He could pick up multiple points right now
by just floating.
There's 6 opponents left.
Yep. I believe they're guaranteed top 5, which will be another point too.
Jack, look at the number of players just exposed in the open fighting each other. He's going to dip in. DMO.
He's floating on down. DMO now out. Zexro in the fight. Can he get it?
There it is! 8 eliminations.
Big bonus and the victory royale.
Jack, that game was worth 7 points for that duo.
Oh, what I say, it doesn't matter what your day's been up to this point. One pop-off game can make the difference. 8 eliminations and the victory royale. Beautifully played at the end. He saw his moment of opportunity, and he strikes right here. Look at this. Lands right on him before they can even react. He's got him eliminated. Beautifully done by Zexro. Congratulations.
That's right, Ninja New Year's Eve. Now, here's the thing, buddy. You're coming to New York City. You know that your boy's from Brooklyn. You better hook a brother up with it.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to need some casting going on at some point.
That's all I'm saying.
It's actually brilliant. Didn't think about that.
Are you free? You know, New Year's Eve.
I'm free.
I know. We should go together.
Yeah. Why don't we make it a thing?
We should make it a thing.
I'm down like that.
All right.
Well, we're trying to make it a nice special event. I know. Yeah. My family's coming. It's going to be great. But you know what's enough about that? Honestly, I'm here to watch Dr. Lupo, hopefully, perform.
Yes, hopefully perform. That's right, the Stream Invitational. We got some of your favorite Fortnite content creators. And I think what's so special about this, as we had mentioned before, we have the golden ticket. But the golden ticket allows you to come in here, play games. And it's not just one game. No.
Le live va s'arrêter ici. Putain, je vais sur YouTube vite. Voir mon live. Le. Ouais, gros, le. « 918. Je te trouve pas gros. Au pire, tac. Je m'abonne à ta chaîne. Je sais pas ce que tu as voulu dire. En tout cas, je m'abonne. Hop là, active la cloche. Active la cloche pour moi aussi, gros. Ce serait vraiment sympa. Et voilà. Allez, ordi éteint, téléphone. Diffusez, il y a 37 minutes. Diffusez, il y a 40 minutes. Ah mais oui, ça c'était deux lives qui avaient trop bugué. Vidéo, je pourrais pas les enlever parce qu'en fait ils servent à rien. Ouais, c'est 17h, ouais, celle-là on va la lever. Supprimer. Ok. Voilà, supprimer, voilà. Allez, tac. Arrêtez le live.